We'd like to welcome everyone here to Madison Square Garden. The name of the event is The Champ Returns. We have the greatest heavyweight champion in recent times here, Wladimir Klitschko, fighting undefeated #1 ranked Bryant Jennings from Philadelphia. We're really excited about bringing this event, heavyweight championship boxing, here to Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing. It'll be one of the biggest events in boxing in a long time, and we're really excited about bringing Wladimir back to the United States. It's been since 2008 since the last time he fought here at Madison Square Garden, and there's been a great anticipation bringing him back. We've had tremendous response with ticket sales. It's been one of the strongest pre-sales and opening day sales in Garden history. It's over 5,000 tickets sold right now, and we expect a full house or a sold-out house by April 25th. For an event like this, that's really an international event where people come from all over the world, there's a lot of integral people to put this together. I'd like to introduce a few of them, and on the last show we did in July here at Madison Square Garden, he won that fight, and with that win, his credibility skyrocketed, also on HBO, and that's what makes this such a great fight. Undefeated challenger from Philadelphia versus a great champion. I had the pleasure of co-promoting that fight with Perez, with my good friend Gary Shaw. I want to introduce Gary Shaw of Gary Shaw Promotions, now to introduce Team Jennings.
Thank you, Tom. First of all, just for the record, Jennings is no Shannon Briggs. That's for the record.
Let's go, Tim.
Obviously, I want to give the first, yes, I lost weight, so don't ask that question. Next, I want to thank, obviously, certain people on the right-hand side of dais. My good friend Ken Hirschman, who I've done just untold amounts of fights with, and appreciate, obviously, HBO airing this live on HBO. I think that's huge for the boxing community. We get enough pay-per-views, but fights like this you don't get on just regular HBO. So personally, Ken, I thank you. I think it's just tremendous. To Tom Loeffler, who I've done several fights with, and I consider him a friend, and unfortunately in this industry you don't have too many friends, but I do consider Tom a friend and a good business partner. David Berlin from the New York Commission, good to be back. Thank you for your comments, and truthfully this is the mecca of boxing, and every great heavyweight that's ever fought has fought here. Joe Fisher, a good friend for many years, who's got a great venue here, and nothing could be more meaningful than doing the heavyweight championship of the world here at Madison Square Garden. This is the mecca of boxing. The ring is in the Hall of Fame. This is all what heavyweight boxing is all about. Obviously, Bern Bonte, thank you. I know you never thought we would be here today, but when you got Shelley Finkel on your side, it gets done no matter what. And obviously, Wladimir, I thank you for giving us the opportunity at your 4 belts to be the unified champion of the world. I had a distinct pleasure of doing the Lennox Lewis, being the promoter of the Lennox Lewis fight with Vitaly. So, yeah, 5 belts. I hope there are 100 belts, because Jennings has been working out to carry them all. But honestly, I had the honor of working with Vitaly, and now the honor of working with you. You are probably the 2 best heavyweight brothers, for sure, that ever fought in this game. You have a huge legacy, and we have a huge amount of respect for you, what you stand for, and what Vitaly stands for. I mean that sincerely. So, on my side, there are several people to thank, but one in particular is not sitting here, is sitting there, and that's Josh Dubin, the attorney for Brian and for James Prince, who spent endless amount of hours making sure that this fight came off. So Josh, I don't know where you are, but wherever there you are, thank you. I personally appreciate all the time and the effort. And obviously my staff for always being loyal and sticking by me. Before I introduce the trainer and James Prince and Brian, today is almost historic, as April 25th will be historic. 25 years ago, and 1 week exactly to the day, February 11th, Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson. So you can all go look it up, but you'll find out it's 25 years and 1 week exactly to the day. I believe on April 25th, history will once again be made for the American heavyweight to do something spectacular. But this time, instead of being overseas, it'll be here in the United States in the Madison Square Garden. So I'd like to bring up at this time the trainer, Fred Jenkins, to say a couple of words on behalf of the training and of Bryant Jennings. Fred?
It's a pleasure being here. 43 years in boxing, and you get an opportunity to fight for the biggest fight of your life. Usually you say the fighter's fighting, but the trainer is fighting too. Usually every time he get hit, I get hit. Can't you tell my jaw's full already from working in the gym sparring? But I would say I want to thank everybody, and especially the Klitschkos and HBO and manager Jay Prince and Josh for doing all the work of getting this fight done. And we've been truthfully trying to get this fight 3 years ago. Three years ago, I get a phone call from Klitschko people, and they said, could Bryant Jennings come out to spar? And the first thing I said to him, I said, no, we don't want to spar you, we want to fight you. That was 3 years ago. 2 years, a year later, they did the same thing. They called up and they pleaded, could we get Bryant Jennings out to spar with Klitschko? I said, no, man, we looking to fight. We not looking to spar. And all of a sudden, this is made, that is made, and bam, Klitschko agreed to fight Bryant Jennings. And it's like a gift, what we've been asking for. And I do know the pedigree of where Bryant Jennings come from. He's going to give it all he got. And this is a one-sided fight, and I believe it's going to be all Brian Baba Jennings. I want to thank y'all.
Now let's see. Brian's been fighting a total of 6 years. If you want to fight Klitschko after 3, that's a trainer who believes in his fighter. But it will be a great fight. Next, I want to bring up the manager for Bryant Jennings and a longtime personal friend of mine. We shared Diego Corrales together and have huge memories from that trip. And I believe we're going to have huge memories on this trip with Bryant Jennings. It's my honor to bring up James Prince.
Good evening. I'd like to thank God for this opportunity. Thank HBO, Madison Square Garden, Gary Shaw Production, Antonio Leonard Production, K2 Promotion, and great city of New York. Once again, this is a dream come true for us, and we actually can't wait. We know that there's a lot of doubters out there right now, and they feel as if there's no way Brian gonna be able to deliver a victory come April 25th. I would like for you all to show up, because Brian is gonna show out, and we shall be champion April 25th. Thank you.
I just want to give you couple of facts to think about. Wladimir has won his last 21 fights in a row. Bryant has won his last 19 fights in a row. Age, one is 39 and one is 30. Height, one is 6'3" and one is 6'6", but I'd like to get you measured. 38, I apologize, he's a year younger and he's for sure 3 inches taller because he is the biggest 6'6" I've ever seen. And I've been to enough basketball games in this arena to know what 6'6" looks like. Style, one is very athletic, one likes to punch, hold, and lean. And one has the experience, 66 fights, yes? 66 versus 19. So there are a lot of stark contrast to their styles, their age, their height, and the way they fight. One can get old in the ring on April 25th, and one's heart can never be measured. And a lot of times it's that huge, big heart with that huge athletic talent that comes out and prevails when all odds were against the other side. It's my honor to introduce the person that I believe will be the next heavyweight champion of the world, holding 5 belts on April 25th, live on HBO and right here in Madison Square Garden, Bryant Bye-Bye Jennings.
I'm glad I can stand up. You know, sitting on that stool with my leg bent, I needed to be pacing or something, be throwing some punches or something. It's a great turnout. It's nice. It's nice. Real nice. This is it, right? I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I'd like to thank Klitschko and his team, for giving us this opportunity. I'd like to thank my team, Antonio Leonard Productions, Gary Shaw Productions, Jake Prince, Fred Jenkins, Josh Dubin, and my team, my ABC Gym, and my city, Philadelphia. It took a long time to actually have this fight, actually take place. And through it all, I stayed calm. I like to, commend my team, and I specifically talk about my manager and my lawyer, pretty much just for allowing me to be not only the athlete that I be. I'm a great person. I've, some amount of intelligence. I ain't stupid, but they allowed me to, be hands-on with my career. And this time, I probably would have said, God damn, because this fight took a long time to make. Them guys worked hard, endless phone calls, and I just commend them for that. But here on April 25th, history would definitely be made. And it will be made by me. And I always say, they ask me what the fight outcome gonna be. I say it's gonna end in a knockout. So it's either gonna be me or him. And the only thing I'm doing is just respecting the possibility of the outcomes, which is win, lose, or draw. One of us got to lose. I'm willing for any outcome. One of us has to lose. But guess what? I don't think it's gonna be me. I'm ready. I'm quite sure he's ready. I respected his style, I respect his legacy. I've seen things that he's done over the course of the years. It's definitely untouchable in my lifetime. I haven't witnessed, nobody and such, but I'm not here to praise him, I'm here to praise myself. And give you guys a warm up. I feel the heat right now. I'm usually good right now, but I need to fight. So, enough for the talking. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I'd like to thank my team, I'd like to thank his team, I'd like to thank HBO, everybody in HBO staff, the whole Madison Square Garden, New York State Athletic Commission, Everybody who had anything to do with this fight. I'd like to thank all my supporters, and I'm gonna go take a seat. Because I'm getting heated. I just can't wait till training camp start, and I'm ready to go. Best believe I'm ready to go. Yeah, dog.
Of the Klitschko Management Group, Bern Ponte.
Thank you, Tom. Hello, everyone. It's great to be back in New York, and for sure, like all others, I'd like to thank our host, Madison Square Garden, and especially Joel Fisher and his excellent team. We had wonderful cooperations going back to Vitaly's first fight over here at the Garden. Wladimir fought here 3 times, and we're looking forward to this event, no doubt. Also, thank you to our 2 main TV partners, RTL in Germany and HBO, to Ken Hirschman and this excellent team. It's really great that they support us again. They showed the Pulev fight, and that they are back on board. It's really good. Without those top partners, a fight of this magnitude wouldn't be possible. As said before, Vladimir's fight, last fight here was in 2008 when he unified belts for the first time. Since that time, Wladimir fought in Europe, in Switzerland, in Germany, in Russia 13 times. In sold-out arenas. 6 of those 13 fights were in sold-out soccer stadiums. So huge, great events. But it's great to be back here. And journalists here in the US and Germany often asked us, why is Wladimir never fighting in the States again? There is one simple question, one simple answer to that question. There was no real opponent. And one thing is for sure, this guy here on the left side is a real opponent. He's undefeated, he's top rated, and our TV partners, RTL and HBO, accepted him from the first moment on. That tells you something. We know this is a great fight, a big fight, dangerous fight, and we're all looking forward to it. And this is the right place for this fight. Wladimir is a long-time champion now. He's one of the dominating figures in this heavyweight division since he became Olympic champion in 1996 in Atlanta. And with his second title run, he's now the second longest reigning heavyweight champion behind the great Joe Louis. He's for sure a future Hall of Famer. This fight here is his 27th world title fight. I think that tells you all, and Tom said it before, it's a worldwide event. Probably around 150 countries will cover this fight. It's huge, and it's great to be back here at the Garden. And without any further ado, let me now introduce to you the heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Steelhammer, Wladimir Klitschko.
Guys, you're lame. Come on, we're not at the funeral party. We're at the lunch for the great event. Good day, New York. It's so great to be back here. It's so great. Feels like first time. Where were you 15 years ago? I was here fighting. I kept fighting for the past 15 years since I was here first time in 2000. I was fighting in undercard of Michael Grant, Lennox Lewis. It was an exciting night, and you know what? I had this feeling and excitement to be at Madison Square Garden. That's a dream, so you understand. It's a dream of every performer, entertainer, to perform and have main event at Madison Square Garden. There's nothing better than this arena, worldwide. And if you made it that far, that means you made it. You made it. This is the highest stage of entertainment, and this is the best arena in the world to be seen at. And Frank Sinatra said it right, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. It's not just about New York, because Madison Square Garden is New York as well. So it's also about Madison Square Garden. And I think that this arena was a great jump into the bigger sport for me, and great beginning. I'm glad to be back. This is going to be 5th Klitschko fight, 4th my fight at Madison Square Garden. Thank you very much to be part of this big family of New York, big family of Madison Square Garden. Of course, I have certain connection to this city. I used to live here. I used to spend a lot of time. I still have my friends. that are gonna come to the event and watch me fight. And I want to say thank you for all the compliments that was given. Actually, I was sitting, I didn't feel comfortable. I don't know about you, but I didn't feel comfortable. It was a lot of things as I considered as a compliment, but it puts a lot of responsibility as well for me to keep having the same level of performance that I set up, and I cannot put it lower. So I would say, let us, Brian and me, entertain you on 25th of April here in New York at Madison Square Garden. I'm sure you will enjoy it, as any heavyweight championship of the world, and I'm sure that this fight will bring a lot of tension and a lot of energy. I just see how Bryant Jennings acts. I see how he walks. I see how he shakes his hand. I see how he speaks. He has the quality of Rocky Balboa from Philadelphia. He made it at this stage where he's sitting right now, and he's not realizing this is one of the highlights, or maybe you're realizing this is one of the highlights of your life, to be at the stage where you're at. And I want to congratulate you with that. And definitely paying a lot of respect to what you've done, because you haven't started early with boxing. You started late, but you went already that far. So congratulations. And as I said, we definitely will entertain you on that fight night on 25th of April. I want to say thank you to HBO. Eventually you believed in me, and I'm back on your network, and I'm happy about it. We've been together for such a long time. By the way, 15 years ago was my first fight on HBO, and it was staged from here, from Madison Square Garden, as I mentioned before. So I'm happy to be back, because I know all the guys that work for the company, and Ken, we've seen each other. You were at my boxing matches in Europe, so you've seen how things maybe we do differently over there, but it's exciting. It's something that we can also deliver here, and fans around the world, they're the same. They're the same in their basics. They're excited about performance of the athletes that are and sports that they like. And I'm sure that boxing is one of the most ratings in sport. And as a matter of fact, boxing is one of the sports that has been ever filmed from 1800 something. So it's definitely the right sport, right event, right arena, right city, and definitely right opponents that they're gonna face each other. I want to say thank you to every person that's gonna attend to the arena at the fight night. Thank you for every person that's going to watch the fight, the Klitschko lovers and haters. I love you both, because you make it. The whole energy is one side is hoping to see Klitschko lose eventually, the other one is going to be happy to see the Klitschko win. But that's what, one more time, make it live event exciting, because nobody knows how it's gonna look like. Nobody knows Rocky Balboa gonna make it or not. Nobody knows, but everyone enjoying it. That I can be there as well. If he made it, I can make it too. And I'm sure you can. There's nothing that can stop you from all these dreams. And that was our dream with my brother, to become champions at the same time. Trust me, those belts that are right here, there are 5 belts. By the way, Gary, you're an amazing promoter. Before I founded my own promotional company, thankfully I didn't meet you. Otherwise, you're gonna end up as my promoter. You're doing a great job. So I want to give that compliment as well. So these 5 belts are here for a reason. I've been working to collecting and unifying them. This is not simple. You see the peak of the iceberg, and this is the boxing fight. But behind the boxers, there is an entire team of physiotherapists, lawyers, and at this stage, and I'm just sharing an experience with you guys. Sorry for talking that long, but at this stage, it's a saying, it's a joke, but it's not really. When you're getting higher, it's maybe sometimes more important to have a good lawyer and not a good coach, because there is so much politics between the federations and sanctioning bodies and this and that, and there's certain rules, and you have to get it all done to get the unification fight. It's very complicated, but makeable. So I've done it. And I know that, Brian, you chose me. I don't know. On one side, I was thinking, did he actually choose me? I mean, like saying, yes, I'm gonna fight Klitschko, because he wanna fight the strongest opponent or the weakest. So am I the strongest or the weakest? Obviously, as a thank you. as a champion, of course, I have to say I'm the bad man. I'm the baddest man on the planet in boxing, at least in my sport. And you know what? I've learned a lot in the past years, and have facing different opponents, and that had some respect and had no respect, and there've been different occasions. But this experience I will carry over until my fight as well on 25th of April. I want to say thank you for all the attention, to all these long speeches that you've been listening to. Thank you. I'll see you all on April 25th. And of course, I cannot forget about my home country, Ukraine, that is in the war right now. And this aggression from our neighbor Russia is upsetting the world. The world is getting a little bit crazy with ISIS, with all terrorism that we have. With the war between Russia and Ukraine, actually, it's a war that nobody wants to see. And it's so sad to see innocent people die for nothing. There is no reason but geopolitical ambitions. And that needs to be stopped. So I hope the peace in Ukraine will come soon. Thank you for your attention. I'll see you on April 25th. And Brian and I, we will entertain you in the world best arena, Madison Square Garden. Thank you.
Cameras in the back, guys. Cameras in the back. All right, guys, right here in front. Right there. How about we do this? Guys, look over here first. Both guys over here first. Okay, right in the middle. Both guys in the middle. Okay. To the right.
Front center, guys.
Right here, guys.
Front center, right here. Right here, fellas. Right here, right, guys. Brian. Right here, both of you, right? Look at me, right here.
Out a little. Let's do a face off, guys.
Facing off.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
It's down, please. Hold on, you don't need to stand up.
Bringing it back to 6. Let's go, baby. That don't look like Rocky. Yeah, the movie, dog. Don't be wild, baby.
Your head down.
Harold Rutherford, how did you see the fight? We're good. Thank you.
This is beautiful.
I wasn't going to turn around.
There we go. How you see the fight? Is Steve going to make history or what?